Welcome to Sage Advice, a podcast dedicated to offering you natural alternatives to keep you healthy on your wellness journey, as well as up to date information on what's going on in the healthcare industry and how it affects you. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button so you won't miss a thing. You're eating them right now. Not intentionally. You don't see them, you don't taste them, but they're there. Microscopic cysts, eggs, and larvae hiding in the foods you trust. And once they're inside you, they hatch, grow, and feed on you. I'm talking about parasitic worms, tapeworms that can grow 30 feet long in your intestines, roundworms laying thousands of eggs daily in your gut, flukes burrowing into your liver, trichinella larvae coiling in your muscles, causing excruciating pain. I know it's gross, but somebody's got to talk about it. So let's go. We all think this only happens in developing countries with dirty water. We're wrong. The CDC reports that foodborne parasitic infections happen regularly in the United States, from sushi restaurants in Manhattan to salad bars in suburbia to farm fresh produce at your local grocery store. And here's what keeps doctors quiet. Most parasite infections go undiagnosed for years. You blame your fatigue on stress. They have a drug for that. Your digestive issue is IBS. They have a drug for that. And your mystery symptoms, you're just getting older. They have drugs for that. Meanwhile, worms are literally eating you from the inside. First, let's talk about your diet and how these guys are getting in the first place. Then I'll share with you the herbs that will flush out any parasite. Certain foods are far riskier than others, and once you know what harbors parasites and how to flush them out using herbs that actually work, you can protect yourself. So here's a list of the top defenders. Number one, pork. I'm sorry, I know, but there's a reason God called it unclean in the Bible. It is one of the dirtiest meats you can eat. If you've ever raised pigs, you know what I'm talking about. They will eat positively anything. And remember, when you eat something, you're also eating what they eat. I'm just saying. Undercooked bacon, rare pork chops, and homemade sausage can harbor trichinella larvae that coil in your muscle tissue, causing excruciating pain. Pork tapeworms grow over 20 feet long in your intestines and can live there for years if unchecked. I know it's creepy, right? Next on the list is beef. Love your steak rare? Beef tapeworm cysts grow into 15 to 30-foot tapeworms that steal your nutrients for years. Carpaccio, tartare, barely cooked burgers, all risks for you. Wild game. Unless you cook it thoroughly and process it properly, wild boar, deer, and bear carry a breed of trichinella that farm-raised meats don't have. Hunters are particularly vulnerable. Sushi. Raw fish harbor anisakis, nematodes, and tapeworms. Anisakis burrow into your stomach lining, causing severe pain. That trendy poke bowl, you're gambling. There was a time when we could get away with eating things raw, but today that freedom is gone. My personal advice, and I love sushi, is don't eat anything raw except your vegetables. That goes for shellfish as well. Raw oysters and lightly steamed clams carry flukes, flatworms that migrate to your liver and bile ducts. We all know how polluted the oceans are, so pass on this. Leafy greens, yes, even pre-washed. The CDC warns that Ascaris roundworm eggs from contaminated soil cling to lettuce, spinach, and kale. Pre-washed does not mean sterilized. I like to use a vinegar water rinse for my veggies. I promise you won't taste it once you rinse it off. Put your raw veggies in a bowl with water and 1 tablespoon of vinegar and let it sit for 10 to 15 minutes while you're preparing the rest of your meal. Then strain and rinse. Moving on. Berries and root vegetables. Soil, equals risk. Imported berries, unwashed carrots, and anything touching soil can harbor helminth eggs. Even homegrown isn't automatically safe. Water and ice. Tap water in questionable areas, ice from abroad, untested well water all harbor Giardia, Cryptosporidium, and Psychosporosis that you cannot see. We have some of the cleanest water on the planet here in the Crystal Falls area. But if you are unsure of the safety of your well water, please have it tested. If you're drinking and cooking with city water, please stop. Use reverse osmosis for drinking. Fresh pressed juices. Raw equals risky. The CDC found all foodborne giardiasis outbreaks involved raw or minimally processed foods, including unpasteurized juices. Trendy juice bars with questionable hygiene are risks. If you're going to drink them, make your own and wash them thoroughly before juicing. Undercooked eggs and chicken, runny eggs, rare chicken, cross contamination from dirty cutting boards, all can carry parasitic protozoa. That Instagram perfect liquid yolk, you're rolling the dice. I know a lot of people drink raw eggs and use them in different recipes, but if you have any gut issues at all, this is all really risky, even if they're your own chickens and you feed them naturally. Again, recommendation if you have any gut issues, nothing raw. I used to obsess over washing my greens 3 times. Then I realized the real solution wasn't avoiding leafy greens, it was protecting my gut from the inside. Not another probiotic, not fiber, not cutting dairy. It was getting serious about herbs that repair the gut lining and help rebuild the terrain parasites love to destroy. We're going to discuss germ theory versus terrain theory in another podcast, but for now, just remember, if you make your internal terrain inhospitable for life, the virus, disease, or organism cannot survive. To that end, herbs like slippery elm, marshmallow root, and plantain can act like a soothing bandage for your inflamed intestines. So let's talk about how to flush out parasites naturally. Herbalists have used potent plants to flush out worms for centuries. Modern research increasingly confirms these remedies actually work. First on the list, my favorite, garlic, the worm killer. Laboratory studies show garlic extract significantly kills liver flukes and other helminths, disrupting their body membranes. Folk recipes pair garlic with turmeric, ginger, or apple cider vinegar in anti-parasite tonics. I use garlic in almost everything I cook, and I prefer it to garlic pills. But if you don't like the taste, take the garlic pills. It's better than nothing. Next is papaya seeds. This is 76.7% parasite clearance. That's high. A Nigerian clinical trial gave children papaya seed syrup, nothing more than dry papaya seeds mixed with honey. The result, 76.7 parasite clearance after only 1 week, far higher than the placebo, which only netted 16.7%. No adverse effects reported. To use, you simply grind 1 to 2 tablespoons of raw papaya seeds with water or juice. Drink it once or twice daily for a week. Or you can put some in some honey. Whatever works for you. Wormwood. This is my personal favorite herb for parasites. It works faster than any pharmaceutical drugs. The bitters in Artemisia species paralyze intestinal worms. Clinical trials found that tea infusions of Artemisia annua, which is sweet wormwood, cured parasitic flatworms faster than the standard drug. Most parasitic protocols combine wormwood with black walnut hull and cloves. This is the classic herbal wormwood formula. It's the formula I learned years ago, and I still use it. You can make a tincture or a tea, but I warn you, the herbs are very bitter. So a tincture is probably a better choice in this case. Only use wormwood for a short time, no longer than 2 weeks, and then let your body take a rest. Next is reishi, turkey tail, and lion's mane, and they go deeper, helping modulate the immune system, restore balance to your microbiome, and support your gut-brain axis so the fog finally lifts. I offer custom-made formulas of these specific mushrooms in a capsule form if you're interested. Go to the website at herbgal.org/contact. Let me know what you're looking for. I also have a wonderful parasite cleanse tincture. Turkey tail mushroom, anti-parasitic immune booster. Turkey tail extract inhibited Toxoplasma gondii, a common protozoan parasite, at low concentrations in vitro. Its polysaccharides activate immune cells to help your body fight parasites. Turkey tail is so powerful that Japan officially accepts it as a cancer treatment support. But it's not just for extreme cases. It supercharges your immune system and supports gut health so your body can defend itself against parasitic infections. Next is pumpkin seeds, the paralyzer. Pumpkin seeds release cucurbitin, which is a compound that may paralyze worms, so they're expelled in your stool. Soak 1 to 2 tablespoons raw pumpkin seeds in water overnight. Blend this with fresh ginger, lemon, and raw honey, and drink it on an empty stomach. I recommend doing this for a week. Take a week off, and then do it again for another week. Parasites are a real problem, and often symptoms are misdiagnosed, resulting in pharmaceuticals being prescribed that really don't get to the root of the problem. The truth is, most of us probably have some sort of buggies living in our system. A Zytoscan can show you if this is causing stress to your particular system. You can schedule one easily on the website at herbgal.org. For the rest of you, a simple parasite cleanse once a year can go a long way to improving your gut health and bypass the unnecessary drugs the doctors may give you instead. I do one once a year, just to be safe. However, there is one critical mistake that 93.7% of people make after doing a parasite cleanse. But you have to tune in next week to find out what that is and how you can avoid it. Until then, watch your diet, as this is the main way that we contract parasites. And let's get better.